guys, I wanted to give you an update of how this garden is looking. This rock garden bed is looking. The lantanas are looking really pretty and filling in this area nicely. Some of the daisy mays are popping up, and they're looking really sweet. Do you see all the buds on here? Y'all, it's about to be covered, and we aren't gonna hardly see any foliage, which I'm so about. Just love it. But I wanted to share with you the oh my goodness, the gladiolas. I wanted to share with you how the gladiolas were looking right now, and I just thought they were so pretty. We're still trying to figure out the best way to like hold these guys up to where they are not like leaning over like this, but I feel like unless we had 2 rows of something here to hold them back, I don't know. I don't know of a better way to hold these up, but I feel like it takes away from it a little bit, like when they're leaning over like this. But goodness, these blooms are just so pretty. Look at these blooms. They're just gorgeous. Some of them were leaning over so much, I went ahead and just cut the stems off and have them for a floral arrangement inside, which is kind of the purpose, like to be able to utilize these floral arrangements but then also enjoy them outside. I feel like these are doing really, really well of like standing up for us. And don't mind the roses. Yes, we need to deadhead them. It's on the list. But look at all these guys. There's just so many of them, and they're doing so good and standing up like so good, I think. So anyway, here's the Cosmo Lantana. And these, like I said, these are just my favorite. That pink is just so pink. And I just love how bright and how much they pop. I also love that they are multicolored. And I think that's really fun. It kind of pulls the yellows, peaches, and the pinks all together. And I just love that. These dianthus are trying to stay in bloom toward the front, which are really pretty. These are kind of dying off in the back, and we need to weed in here. The barberry is doing well, almost a little too well. It's kind of prickly, or it's very prickly, and it's coming over off the side, which I like things to kind of drip over the edges, but with it being prickly, I don't know. I just think about little Cody's feet or little Cody's paws or just someone's feet. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. I don't want it to get too out of hand. These will, I think, just continue to just show out. I'm excited about that. These chairs are kind of just placeholders right now. There's one little curly Q missing up at the top, but we were blessed with these chairs, and they're just kind of here as placeholders for now until we have the spot ready that they're going to go. But if you noticed, we have a juiced orange right here, and look at these like buds on them. I don't know if you can tell. There they go. Hummingbirds are supposed to love these, and there's more buds or more blooms that are coming. So I'm hopeful this is happy where it's at. It looks happy, and it did lose a decent amount of its original blooms. Like this guy, it was covered in it, but I think planting it, it kind of just took it just a minute, but it's already pushing new flowers. So I think it's happy, and I'm super excited about this plant. Believe it's called a jessamine juiced orange, and it should fill in like 3 to 4 foot. I think it was like 5 foot high and 3 to 4 foot wide. So that's like perfect for this little spot right here, and hopefully it'll fill in. And then these we were still planning to bless with my mom over to my mom's house over in the fall, or probably about the fall, or like early in this fall season or early spring, late winter season for next year. So we will see about these, but definitely something a little bit different we plan to do right here. That does come over a little bit, but maybe not so much. That Brian, it does impede on the walkway a lot. And like I said, we kind of like the mounding of these lantanas versus like the sprawling of these. But oh my gosh, they're just so pretty. They are really, really pretty. So, but you know what? When you have certain things in your garden that, that you like, but maybe isn't like in the right spot, or you might not have the right spot for it. I think it's a good thing to be able to bless those plants to others and let them really, really enjoy it. And then you have something that you truly, truly enjoy in your garden. So that's kind of the story on that. But while they're here, I will definitely enjoy them. They're so pretty. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you the gladiolas. They are blooming and they're doing, I think, a really good job. They're just so pretty. I love the colors on these gladiolas. Just gorgeous. Just beautiful. And it'll just bloom, 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 bloom all the way up. It's amazing. These are wild plants. One day I will learn the trick to get you guys to stand up. Um, Obviously, just a better staking system. Guys, you're going to have to let me know if y'all found a better staking system, or staking system that works for you. Here's another Cosmo Lantana. And while I'm at the Lantana stage, I might as well share with you the other two Lantana. Oh, these Monarda and these Monarda are all about to pop open. Every one of these are like buds to where they're going to be blooms. So all of these should have hopefully blooms on them. And that is just going to be gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. Here's that other Cosmo Lantana. Just starting. This is the one we transplanted from over here in this area to over here, and it's doing really well. And so praise the Lord for that. And then this is the other Cosmo. I just love these colors. They're so fun, so pretty. Let's see. This rosemary is going for it. It's happy, happy, happy. Also, I wanted to share with you, we haven't mulched this, obviously. I topped this off, but this is an artichoke. I will see how large this gets here, but I'm hopeful it will be happy here. It's growing, so it seems happy, but it honestly should fill in like this whole area here. Here's an update on the potatoes. They're doing well. And then in front of that is the carrots. Let's see. Brian just got done watering a good amount of these. Oh, wow. This one's going to be really pretty right here on the corner. Just waiting for it to bloom. Brian just watered in here, so it's kind of muddy a little bit and a little wet, but it's all good. We got a good amount of corn going over there. Our cucumbers are doing well. These are, I think, like regular cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. And then our little green bean arch, I think, is doing well. A little green bean arch. Don't mind the mess in the corner. But I think this is doing really well. And it's already growing up at the top. So this whole thing will be completely covered pretty soon. Let's see. I always like this view. Yeah, much better view. So cute. So the green beans seem happy, continue to get happier. And there are lots of little flowers and buds on these. These will all turn into green beans. So that's exciting. Lots and lots of beautiful flowers that'll turn into beans. So that is exciting. And then our peppers are doing well. These are some peppers that we have in the cages. And then these are tomatoes. They're doing well also. And Strawberries are doing well. Onions are doing really well. Oregano, I need to bless someone with some oregano. Still, probably need to handle the lettuce situation because it looks like it's all about to go to seed and go crazy. Here's a better view of the carrots. They're doing so good. And oh, the blueberries. Let me show you those. They're so cute. Looky. Aren't they sweet? Love them. I'm just so glad they're happy. I mean, talk about resiliency. This sucker had an oak tree land on it, and it's still just going for it. So I'm so happy. So happy that it is happy. Ooh, it looks like some birds may have gotten to this before we did. So see some berries missing. Hopefully they'll leave us a few this year. We will see. Tick seed's doing well. We these hostas are doing well. These back two finally came up, 1 and 2, and then the blue ones are doing well. We have 3 juiced oranges in here, calla lilies that were in another spot. We moved over to here since they'll be getting a bit more sun, and these are a peach color, so we're really hopeful for these. The yarrow and solar flare lane is just a going for it. These are some of my favorite hostas, and I just love them against the Japanese maple colors. So pretty to me. We got another blueberry bush. Oh, we actually got 2 more blueberry bushes. One to go in here. And that blueberry pot, the previous one did not make it. But we did just replace that. And let's see. This is another one that we honestly just have here for right now because this side of the Japanese maple took so much damage. We put it here in hopes it'll help shade some of these hostas. And hopefully they'll be able to last just as long as possible. But we will see. The Nepeta probably could be cut back. These calla lilies are popping up. These are doing really well. And these are some Russian sage, 1 and 2. And then we put some rose campania in here. Not 100%, but that is the name of it right there. Rose campion. And we got this at a local, these came from the same local church's garden sale that we got these yarrow from last year. So hopefully they'll do just as amazing as those yarrow. They should get fairly large. But like I said, I don't mind that in this bed. I want something to thrive in this bed. We've just had such a hard time with it. So these yarrow, I feel like, a hold in their own. I love the different texture that the solar flare provides going down the lane and going down the walkway. And then hopefully these like silvery blue rose, I'm going to call them rose campion for right now. Hopefully these will thrive and provide, they also get a fairly decent height. So I'm hopeful that'll also provide some shade for the hostas for when the sun comes in kind of this hole, in the late afternoon. So I'm hopeful this one will kind of, get a little bit higher and produce some shade. But these cannas sure do look good over here. And those are Indiglo Girl Salvia next to my hostas. And they're doing well as they're doing well also. These are some more Monarda, loving their life. And these, hopefully, I will be able to share with you soon. Them all in bloom. Hopefully, it won't be too long. But I really am liking this view. I think it's really sweet. And again, love the Japanese bloodgood. I think that's a Japanese maple. It's the bloodgood. um, Japanese maple, and it is like just with against those blue hostas, I think are just absolutely gorgeous. So, liking this view, liking the layers coming in. Hopefully, it'll just continue to fill in. I'll end on this beautiful Indiglo Girl Salvia. These colors are just so pretty. Here is the fire pit bed, and I had to share this one with you because the asters are just going crazy. They look so pretty. Again, we thought this was just going to be an additional fall color, but to enjoy them pretty much all spring, a decent amount during the summer, and amazing in the fall. It's definitely a win. Once it's done blooming, like here's an early stage, here's a full open stage, and then after it's done, it leaves like the center portion, which I think is really cute. And it kind of just covers over them. And so you don't even have to deadhead it. And they just keep going and going. Very exciting. The pollinators are loving the Nepeta. These 3 purple Nepeta right here. There's usually pollinators all over it. I am looking forward to the day. This Siloam lily is doing really well. The foliage seems pretty happy. Probably could clean up some down at the bottom. But I cannot wait until this one blooms. It'll be like a peach bloom. The daisies back here are finally kind of budding up, and they're about to produce some beautiful white daisies. This is what I really wanted to share with you. The black and blue salvia is really opening up its blooms, and it's so unique because the foliage is definitely this like chartreuse color. The stems are literally like more like a black stem, and then the blooms are just this like beautiful like electric blue. I'm hoping the blue comes across on camera. A lot of blues tend to like sway purple, but to me this is very much in person like a very like electric blue color, and I think that's really pretty. Here's the other one. It's a little bit further behind, which is interesting to me, but nevertheless they both seem really happy, so I'm excited about that. Here's the little dianthus just trying to flush out another bloom. Rosemary, this rosemary is doing well. This poor little lollipop azalea, it's trying. We thought it was dead after we cut it back, but we did see some proof of life. But there are some holes like in some other stems or branches, and that's not good. So like when it rains, I'm just concerned of it kind of rotting itself out. But we at least tried. I'm walking over here to show you some of the buds that are on this white chiffon Rose of Sharon. That's just loving its life. Ooh, here's one that's a little further along. Yay! This would be great if it starts blooming soon. So, anyway, sourwood tree, definitely don't think it's going to be in any kind of leaf or bloom so far this season, but it definitely is green, and it definitely has some different color tones to it. So I think it's, what do they say? Sleep, creep, leap. So I think right now it's sleeping, establishing its roots, which we definitely want it to do. But look forward to the day that it is going to creep and leap. Produce some beautiful blooms and leaves. I'll leave you with the pretty view of the asters, Nepeta, and lily.